Hello and welcome to this video. Today, we are going to be discussing 15 distinctive traits of low-value women. As we go through each trait, please keep in mind that our goal is not to tear down or belittle anyone, but rather to identify behaviors that ultimately bring us down and prevent us from reaching our fullest potential. We've all met people who seem to bring us down, whether it's through their negativity, their lack of ambition, or their toxic behavior. It's important to recognize these traits and avoid them in ourselves and in those around us. Today, we're going to be discussing the traits that make women low value. 1. Being opinionated without being knowledgeable. Having a strong opinion is not a bad thing, but it becomes problematic when we hold strong opinions without having the necessary knowledge to back them up. Low-value women often make sweeping statements without having the facts to support them, and this can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. 2. Living in a fantasy world instead of reality. It's important to have dreams and aspirations, but when we become disconnected from reality and refuse to acknowledge the challenges and limitations of our circumstances, we set ourselves up for failure. Low-value women often live in a fantasy world and are unwilling to face the truth. 3. Belittling and humiliating others. Low-value women often tear down others in order to boost their own egos. This behavior is toxic and ultimately leads to negative consequences, such as damaged relationships and lost opportunities. 4. Loud and aggressive without being logical. Being loud and aggressive can be effective in certain situations, but it becomes problematic when we resort to these behaviors without being logical or rational. Low-value women often use aggression as a means to get what they want, rather than relying on sound reasoning and negotiation. 5. Having had someone else's child, including abortion. This trait may be controversial, but it's important to recognize that having someone else's child can have negative consequences on our own lives and relationships. Low-value women often enter into relationships with men who have children from previous relationships, which can lead to conflict and resentment. 6. Being out of shape and not taking care of oneself. Our physical health is important, and neglecting it can lead to a host of problems. Low-value women often neglect their physical health and appearance, which can lead to low self-esteem and decreased confidence. 7. Sloppy and lacking taste. Our appearance and surroundings say a lot about us, and it's important to present ourselves in a positive light. Low-value women often have sloppy and unkempt appearances, which can be a turn-off to others. 8. Being unable to get over past trauma. We all have past traumas and experiences that shape who we are, but it's important to work through them and move on. Low-value women often hold on to past traumas and use them as an excuse for their current behavior, rather than taking responsibility for their actions. 9. Controlling and jealous. Trust is an important part of any healthy relationship, and when we become controlling and jealous, we damage that trust. Low-value women often exhibit these traits, which can lead to damaged relationships and lost opportunities. 10. Insisting on having a certain appearance without putting in the effort. It's important to be confident and comfortable with our appearance, but it's also important to put in the effort to maintain it. Low-value women often insist on having a certain appearance without putting in the necessary effort, which can lead to negative consequences such as decreased confidence and self-esteem. 11. Having an excessive love history. It's important to have romantic relationships, but when we have too many, it can be a red flag. Low-value women often have a long history of failed relationships, which can indicate issues with commitment and emotional stability. 12. Using emotional blackmail. Emotional blackmail is a toxic behavior that can lead to damaged relationships and lost opportunities. Low-value women often use emotional blackmail to get what they want, rather than relying on positive communication and negotiation. 13. Desiring to overpower other women and worshipping money. Our values say a lot about us, and when we prioritize money and power over other people, we damage our relationships and our own sense of self. Low-value women often prioritize these things over positive relationships and personal growth. 14. Having no plan for life. It's important to have goals and a sense of direction in life, as it helps us stay focused and motivated. Low-value women often lack direction and purpose, which can lead to a sense of aimlessness and dissatisfaction. 15. Thinking you're always right. It's important to be confident in our beliefs and opinions, but it's also important to recognize that we don't always have all the answers. Low-value women often think they're always right, which can lead to conflicts and misunderstandings. And there you have it, 15 distinctive traits of low-value women. Remember, it's important to surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, rather than those who bring you down. Let's work together to identify and avoid these toxic behaviors, and strive to be the best versions of ourselves. Thank you for watching.